Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is my hope your day was good and mine was good, though the sun is very, very hot. Today, Kenya Kwanza parliamentarians were called at a State House meeting, and according to me, this meeting was very, very significant, politically speaking. And I would like us to look at the number of issues which, in my view, were discussed in this meeting. So if you're here for the first time, this is Kashid Kaman TV, the Trust Money Black Africa. Kindly subscribe to our channel. For viewers, like this video kindly. The first thing that Kenyans need to note is that bank interest rates have increased up to 14.5%. Hili limetokea baada ya uchumi kusabaratika, baada ya William Samoei Ruto kuchukua hatamu za uongozi. Mambo yamekuwa mabaya sana, and the country is headed to hell. The journey is hellbound, and this is because of what is happening. The other thing that was discussed is that the parliamentarians discussed the increase of NSSF statutory deductions, which is a big blow to the hustlers nation. The National Social Security Fund is a fund where people give their money, they contribute their money, and you cannot get this money, you cannot access this money until you retire. This, in my view, is a cash cow to Kenya Kwanza, because they are going to use this money, because you can imagine somebody who is 25 years and is contributing will get the money when he will be 60 years. Ni kuonyesha kwamba pesa hizi zitakuwa pale, na they are free even to invest this money, and they can use the money the way they want. Hivi ndivyo serikali inaiba pesa za umma. The other thing is that they discussed the introduction of land tax, and according to me, the argument is that people use roads to access their homes. People use government roads to reach their home. So they are served by the government, and they have to pay a land tax. A levy to homeowners is a big blow to all Kenyans. Wakati Wanaisraeli walikuwa wanataka serikali yao, Mungu aliwaambia the new leaders are going to tax you. And this is what is happening to Kenya. Kenyans asked for this leader, and it has happened to him. As the birds continue singing, the other thing that was discussed is the landlord enforcement to pay KRA tax, which is that percent. The way, this one way the Kenya Kwanza government is planning to raise funds. Wanatumia mikakati yote kuhakikisha kwamba wamepata pesa. They are so much hungry for money. They were hungry for power. Sasa ni pesa ambazo wanataka. They are going for anything that they can be able to tax. The other thing that they discussed was the winning of Kenya Kwanza, kwa sababu kile ambacho kinatokea ni kwamba Kenya Kwanza is losing the ground. Kenya Kwanza is losing the popularity. The songs and dance that were there, the bravados that were there when they took over power, is no longer there. People are losing hope day by day, hour by hour. Kutokana na kule kutamauka kwa watu wapiga kura, wanaona ya kwamba ni jambo ambalo linaweza kuleta mitafaruku mingi sana, ni jambo ambalo linaweza kuwaletea na wakaozewa na kidagaa, because kitubua kimeshaigia mchaga. The other thing is how to decampaign Raila Amolo Odinga, because Raila Amolo Odinga is putting it in black and white. He is telling them that they were to lower fuel prices. They have not done it. Instead, fuel prices have increased. They were to lower UGA to 70 bob. They were also to lower fuel prices. They were to give free internet. They have not done it. It is something that they were discussing, and they must come up a way of how they are going to campaign what Raila Amolo Odinga is saying, and other Azimio supporters, especially MPs. The other thing that was discussed is Raila's impending announcement, because already Ruto knows through NAS that Raila is likely to make another shaking political announcement that is going to shake the country for good. The announcement that people are waiting has to do with electoral justice. The people must get justice, because Raila Amolo Odinga is saying that they must reclaim their victory. They must reclaim their government. because they were rigged out by Wafula Chebukati. Kwa hili ni jambo ambalo lizungumziwa kwa kina na ni jambo ambalo linaweza kuwa na matokeo mabaya ikiwa Kenya Kwanza hawatajipanga vizuri. The other thing that came out is the issue of Jamhuri Day. Remember very well that during Mashujaa Day, it was a flop. It was a big failure to William Samoei Ruto, being the first national holiday that he addressed. The speech he gave was very poor. The speechwriter is coming out as a very poor person. Then the president himself, very few people attended. Watu walisusia huu mkutano wake. Na hili jambo ambalo watu waliambiwa ya kwamba they have to mobilize people. They have to mobilize people to ensure that Jamhuri Day is not a repeat of Mashujaa Day. It was an embarrassment. So the king was very much embarrassed in the international community. Na hili ni jambo ambalo kulingana na wao ni jambo ambalo wanaweza kulikwepa, ni jambo ambalo wanafikiri wanaweza kufanya na kukaonekana hivyo. So what they were told is to mobilize people, their supporters, to attend the Jamhuri Day celebration, which will be on 12th December. The other thing is they realized that Kenyans are drifting away from the government. They are detaching themselves from the government, and there are people who don't want to be associated with this government. And even the Kikuyus are drifting away from the Kalenjin community because the Kikuyus are not given the free hand that they used to get when he took over. But kile ambacho kinatokea ni kwamba the Ruto is aware that it's just a matter of time they start differing with Gachagua. It is not if it will happen, but when it will happen. But definitely, in the fullness of time, it is going to happen. The other thing that came up is the parliamentary business. They were told they have to attend all parliamentary businesses. They don't have to embarrass the president. They have to go and defend the government in parliament. Kwa sababu waliambiwa kwamba wale watu ambao walichaguliwa na Kenya na Azimio ni watu ambao wanaona bali. They are intelligent people. They are competent people compared to Kenya Kwanza. Wakaambiwa they have to ensure that they attend parliamentary business, and has to be very, very careful. And if somebody is not equal to the task, she should not be given any responsibility that is going to embarrass the ruling party. Kwa ni jambo ambalo lizungumziwa kwa kina. Jambo lingine that is about the by-election, the forthcoming by-elections in Kadara, Garissa, Elgeyo Marakwet, and all other areas in the county and in the wards and in the constituencies, kwa sababu ya vile ambavyo Ruto aliweza kuchagua watu kutoka bunge, kutoka seneti, na ni jambo ambalo lizungumziwa kwa kina sana because they are fearing that the government could be embarrassed in these by-elections. People might show their bitterness as they used to do during Uhuru's time. They might show their anger, they might show their dissatisfaction, and they are afraid that Kenya Kwanza could easily lose these elections in their stronghold. And if this happens, it will be a big blow to Ruto's government. Kwa ni jambo ambalo lizungumziwa kwa kina. The other thing that they discuss is about the prevailing drought. And they were of the opinion that the government needs to do much. The government needs too much because people are dying, animals are dying, hyenas are laughing, they are very happy, leopards are very happy, kwa sababu majibu yamefurahi sana kwa sababu ya mizoga. Huko binadamu pia wakifa kwa njaa, ikawa ni aibu kubwa sana. And it's just a matter of time before William Samoei Ruto declare drought a national disaster and start appealing for international community and the ambassadors and the diplomats to come in, to step in and save the Kenyans who are dying of hunger. The other thing that came out in this meeting is the need to respect the authority, need to work together, need to respect the party officials. And there's also this issue of ANC and Ford Kenya, kwa sababu unajua sasa, according to what we know, according to the constitution, cabinet secretaries should not be associated with any political parties, and that is why Mudavadi had to step down. Even Moses Wetangula is also expected to step down and leave the party to somebody else, kwa sababu ni jambo ambalo halikubaliki, ni jambo ambalo liko na mambo mengi ambayo yanafaa kuangaliwa. So it is very, very important to keep watching what is happening in this country. So we can only watch and wait as the king continue making mistakes. So the best thing is not to interrupt the king, is to let him continue making the mistake until we see what is going to happen finally. So if you're here for the first time, kindly, this is Gashi's Cayman TV, the Towards Money Black Africa. Kindly like a video and comment. And if you're not subscribed, please do so. And have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.